here. I'm going to take a little bit of a break from cities skylines, and going to do some training here on my, what is, for the moment anyway, my primary character. And it won't be quite so much training as it is the quest for formula. Basically, in order to create an artifact, like the one I've got right here, the Druidic Wreath, you have to have the proper materials for it. So, one of the proper materials is you have to have the arcane formula, which will be a 1x2 item, which would fit, like, for example, right here. And there are a number of ways that you can find these formula. One of the ways you could just be battling a monster, and amongst its loot drops would be a formula. Another good way would be to use like a bone pile or other such, like a chest. So essentially what I am doing is going to be going through random parts of the world I've already explored and pick up that health potion, and hopefully at some point find formulae. I hope everyone is having a wonderful evening or day, whatever time it is for you. It's Friday evening for me. So let's we got that spider queen there. We got her all taken care of. So go ahead and pick up all the loot. Of course, I'm already quite wealthy in game. Got how much again? 17 million. That's quite a lot of money. Nothing good out there. Knock on wood. It doesn't. Yep, nothing there. Oh well. So, where should I go? Don't need to worry about that. Let's see, there's Delphi right there. Oh. Throw down a portal. Whew, where to go, where to go, where to go? Head over to Parnassus. Go visit a famous Gorgon, if you know your Greek mythology. So we're going to essentially run the gauntlet. Visit the Rebirth Fountain. We'll whip some monsters en route. Who knows, they might drop a good formula. Guy. Die! Die! I'm now wanting to watch Independence Day. I'm actually currently reading the prequel to Independence Day Resurgence called Independence Day Crucible. Basically, it spans from the War of 1996 to the War of 2016, or from the original Independence Day to Resurgence. The Lower War Camp. Basically a big zone of badness. Don't really need lesser health potions, but I'll take it and sell it. In this case, I'm not getting too much experience off these guys because of my high level. I'm level 51, and like that guy's level 10. So I'm getting very little, if any, experience. And essentially all the items I pick up are going to be pure profits. Will you shut the heck up, silly satyr? That mantle there is going to be something nice to sell. I probably won't get as much for it as I could, but then again, something is better than nothing. Now the rebirth fountain. Killing all these monsters, like I said, will do very little for my, very little, if anything, for my experience acquisition, which, quite frankly, I would like, but one of the game mechanics I found out is that when you reach a certain level above the enemies, and I think somebody just dropped something up, bang, come to the conclusion that it's about 30 levels, that you won't be able to get any experience. So because this archer right here is level 8, he doesn't meet the minimum requirements. He'd have to be another 14 levels stronger, level 21, to be able for me to be able to get any sort of experience. So in other words, I'm essentially just adding to my kill count right here for monster skill. Just sometimes when you reach the right monster at the right place, even though you're of a superior level, that monster will still kick you in the butt. And I've had that happen. Alright. We're here. We're time to face Team Gorgon. Here we got Urael, Scythio, and of course, Medusa! Come on. And there it is. Even though I can't really use it, let's check out that sash. Wish I could have some of those statistics. Well, nothing there. We might get something over there in those chests over here. Yeah, another big nope.
Your inventory is full.
Well, that's fun. My inventory is full. Yay! Help. Oh. Travel to Megara. And do a nice little sell-off. Oh, stuff.
Sword and shield, not your style? I think you'll find what you're looking for here.
So yeah, all this here is essentially pure profit. All that and monster number acquisition.
Yes, a good day.
And we'll make a little dash here. Even though I don't need the rebirth weapon, technically. these are maenads, or as I like to think of them, bad blue kitties. Because, take a look. Oh, that one's not really. Let's go to this one over here. You can see they kind of look like cats. Got the sort of the bad looking, what's it ears there? Yeah. Nice try there. Charge! Run, run, run! Kill off some baddies. Got fewer numbers on my butt. Feed these arachnoses. Bye, boys. I'm not going to worry about you guys too much. And we're going to meet another prominent member of the Greek mythological pantheon, Polyphemus. Yeah, we got him featured in the Odyssey. I just came in and kicked his butt. I sent him to the underworld. That's a health potion. Thanks for the money. Alright. Here are gnomenesses. One of my favorites. They're worth a good experience when you can get it from them, and they're relatively easy to beat. Alright. So, where to next? Let's head to Gnosis. Gonna do another gigantic gauntlet run. First, of course, I need to make a sail.
The beasts have claws and teeth, but you have fire. You have Zeus-like bolts to throw, and I come again.
Well, I may not have fire quite yet, but I do have the Zeus Thunderbolts. And more bad blue kitties. I know I could be running a formula by at any point, but we got disease plumage up there. Let's pick that sucker up. Thing of it is, might one of these harpies give me a pristine plumage? Well, that sucks. Bad blue kitties! Shut up, gals. You just want to do just naughty things to me, and I don't want you to do it! So that's why I'm kicking you in your posterior, too. Mental bracers of the Glade. Pick that up and make a little money. Now, one of the things about creating an artifact is that I'll show this next time I get the chance and can remember to do so. Is that you need the necessary number of regions. That the right materials. Will you shut up? Stop the fire. Shut up. Go to the underworld where you belong. never try to abandon free gold, or relatively free gold. Anyway, it'll require 3 regions for any artifact. And there are 3 grades of artifacts. There are lesser artifacts, greater artifacts, and divine artifacts. So, as it sounds, would imply a greater artifact is better than a lesser artifact, and a divine artifact is better than a greater artifact. But it takes a lot more to make a divine or greater artifact than it does a lesser artifact. I'll explain this more next time we get the chance and we're in a city that has an enchanter. Oh boy. All these baddies just want to have a piece of me, and I'm not going to give them that satisfaction. And that Maynard is really after me. Oh, we're sending her to the underworld. Rebirth Fountain. Now, in terms of game, we are actually approaching the end of the Greek portion, the original Greek portion of the campaign. Nothing there worth selling. So, in the original game of this is the first campaign. Go away.
Good day.
You'll have to stop
Good luck.
Telkines, or essentially, they're depicted in this. I'm not sure of what the original Greek mythology is on this, but Telkines in this game are depicted as lesser titans, sort of the grunt titans, if you will. And so they're trying to release the big the titan that the Greek gods, really the Greek and by extension Egyptian and Chinese gods, all despise. And that would be Typhon. And so, by this time originally in the game, we have found out that these monsters are being sent forth by the lesser titans, the Telkines, in order to help weaken mankind and weaken the Olympians. And I'm going to be broad in this case, the Olympians being essentially the successor gods of the Titans, weaken the Olympians' followers so that Typhon can be freed, and then in turn he can rule over the earth and free out the other Titans from Tartarus and essentially re-establish the Titan's supremacy. With, of course, Typhon as the leader. Oh, I thought I hadn't gained much experience. Like I said, at this point, I won't be able to gain much experience because of my level. We'll take the shortcut. Yeah, this is a little bit of a shortcut right here. That was obviously overkill. King Manos, Court of King Manos, who of course established the Minoan Labyrinth. Now here in this game, the Minoan Labyrinth exists. Oh. The Minoan Labyrinth exists to defend a very important part of the world. We'll see that here in a little bit. And of course, this being the final dungeon for the Greek campaign, we're gonna get to meet our first Tilki. Some more there. Oh boy. Alimos. I kicked his butt. I will say that the map here has been kind of changed from the original game itself. There's some cases where, you know, you won't see a wall where there actually is a wall. Or there's supposed to be an open space and yet there's a wall there. You know, it's all kind of screwed up a little bit. You guys get off my butt. Thank you! It's always one of the neat things to see in this game is how the baddies will get rubber banded. You know, that especially applies to folks like the bats. I can't wait to get to the next level. Oh. Because I'll be able to fully top off. What is it? I forget what it is. My storm search here, and then I'll be able to start putting skill points down here into my ring of fire, which is an active buff, and will be a part of my defense system. You're dead. Too bad, so sad. Good for me, bad for you. Thank you guys for contributing. I need that. Essence of the Golden Place. I need that. You guys, please just leave me the heck alone. How rude! Yeah, literally, my defense systems are literally doing their place. In their place, doing their thing. Let's see. Here under my Storm Mastery, I've got two buffs that help me with my defenses. I have Storm Nimbus, let's see. Here's part of it. The Heart of Frost, which extends for an area. In this case, let's see. Doesn't say where it is. It doesn't say how large the area, the perimeter is, but basically a zone around me, the player, be able to slow enemies down. And then static charge. And when an enemy makes physical contact with me, you know, through a sword or through a punch or through whatever, physical contact, as you can see, you know, they can sustain heavy damage in some cases. Then this is going to be augmented, the Storm Nimbus and the Storm Surge, which is a 5-meter radius, and you know, as you can see, it'll just add additional damage when I bring it up to level 12, and then this will be augmented with my Ring of Flame, and basically this one will add fire damage, and softened metal will cause metal armor, which will essentially increase their inefficiency. And then, let's see. Then I'm going to also be using Earth Enchant, which will essentially be able to add flame to my power, similar to the Storm Nimbus. And then these two will of course help further aid my defense. And then once I get these two all filled up, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to go to next, because we've got some interesting stuff here. I think I'll be doing like I do my I might do Flame Surge, I might do Eruption, I might do Volatility. So those would be all, I think, neat things to try out. Yeah, this game has, as compared to something like World of Warcraft, is a very linear storyline. You know, you can't go out and do like factions or anything like that. Hello, Minotaurs. You're down. Hello. Case of hello. Goodbye. Another bunch of bad Minotaurs right here. Oh, Viz chest. More. Essentially more treasure for the taking. Taking that. Oh, excuse me. Part of me really wishes I had a faster recharge time on the, gotta go visit that ornate chest. You have to... Sorry, guys. Oh wait, I'm not sorry. I'm going the wrong way. Silly me. Yep, I'm still not doing very well in the experience points acquisition department. Oh. Okay. Now I can click over here. No chest there, that's a shame. Would love to have had something to read. Too bad. So sad. I guess they didn't have the metal in it. Oh, we've got a hero automata right there. See, even he didn't stand a chance. But then again, I am old, powerful compared to that. So it's a case of just trucking along, trying to get, see if I can get those arcane formula. Oh. Sometimes it can be real easy just to mispunch a button. Silly Gorgons. Let's see. Hopefully getting to the big boss of this dungeon might yield an arcane formula. Rebirth fountain, and then continue to truck on. Hello, bats and your enormouses. These baddies continue to prove that all they want to do is beat me up, but I'm the one who's beating them up. Some folks just never learn. Part of me has never really liked the shoot first, ask questions later. But if you're under attack, you just better do the shoot first and ask questions later. Oh, we got another hero automata over here. That wasn't even worth it for him to try to see me. Well, first thing we gotta do is kick the butts of the Minotaur Lord. This is warm-up. Well, 219 XP is better than nothing. Pick up these Minotaur bull-based items. Treasure. There might be something in these chests. Of course, it's not looking very up. One thing, it's not looking very good now, is it? Now, here's the one of the important things of the game. The Room of the Conduit basically connects the human realm with the realm of the gods. And this guy right here is that's hurting the conduit is, of course, the Greek Toki. He's the guy that we want not to destroy, but we'll see what he does. A little extreme of these guys. So yeah, he's the lesser titan, essentially. Come on! Oh, not again! There we go. All those innocents survived. Alright, mystical orb. Oh, it doesn't sound like we got... Nope. Well, we got plenty of treasure, just no,
Your inventory is full.
No arcane formulas. Oh, that sucks. Going to ramp some strength. Just toss that up. Of course, I picked something else completely back up.
You have no more Your inventory is full. You can't hold any more.
Rearrange things here to see if we can try and get a little more room to try to take some of this stuff home. Wraps, bracers. Can I make enough room for a stave? Maybe, maybe not. 6. See. Alright, let's see. Use up one of the potions right here. That way we can rearrange. But I prefer not to leave loot behind, of course. And we'll head over to Egypt. Gnosis Landing. Yes, I want to go to Egypt. And into Egypt we have arrived. City of Rakotis. So, let's see here. I know I got a few
Where
things.
is that lazy boy? Oh, hello.
See, I know I can drop those two things off. And that's about it.
That's it, we're out of space.
Alright, so now it's so like a madman.
Hurry, the monsters will be here. What do you want? Quick, before I pack up.
Show me more money, dude. Don't need the potions there. Alright, inventory is now nice and cleaned up.
Goodbye.
So, enchanter. There he is, right here. So, Thunderbolt means that this is
There
an
is
enchanter.
great beauty in every formula.
I'll,
Golden ratio be your guide.
it's,
What? Do you need something?
I'll just pull out
So long.
one at random here.
The art of formula lies in symmetry.
So anyway, as you can see, in this case, this is Devlin's simulacrum. I think that's how it's pronounced. Basically, every formula requires 3 regents. In this case, I would need a golden bolt, which is a lesser artifact, Wraithguard, also an artifact, and a golem heart. So, between those 3 items, which I will point out I do not have, basically those are how you create, in this case, a greater artifact. Or any artifact. I would require the 3 regions. So as I said earlier, the greater is better than the lesser, and the divine is better than the greater. So, it's the... And obviously they're going to be more... In terms of quantity, there are more lesser than there are greater, and there are more greater than there are divine. So, getting more power for less. And so, this is one thing that, kind of piques my interest. Having a doppelganger would be a very powerful thing.
Goodbye.
So, I'm going to show you some of the artifacts I do have.
Just a little.
This is a neat one right here, Soul Prism. You can get 66 bleed damage over the 3 seconds, plus 15% vitality damage, 25% fire resistance, plus 100 health, and minus 8% energy cost. And it grants a skill. In this case, Necromancy. You can summon 3 undead warriors to help defend me, the player, and they'll have a limited lifetime of 30 seconds at 850 health, but they can they have the possession of between 140 and 155 damage per their attack, and as a completed bonus, get 95 health. What I've got currently on me is Druidic Wreath, which adds 25% poison resistance, plus 50% health regeneration, plus 45 energy, plus 45 offensive ability, minus 8% energy cost, plus 1 to all skills in Nature Mastery, I don't have Nature Mastery, and plus 5% intelligence, which is something that I want. Let's see, we've got Shroud of Eternal Night. That has a number of features. Has a lesser artifact. Starheart, another lesser artifact. Wraithguard, Pale Moon. Basically, Eye of the Heavens is a greater artifact. Grants skill Tidal Wave. Let's go and switch these out for a little bit. I could use a little bit of a change. And so these are all various relics and charms that could be used to feed the either used to feed making of artifacts, or I could use them either on myself or in terms of armor or in terms of weapons. Of course, I try to keep myself from getting too much of any one thing. I just sort of do a rule of 2. A little bit of a Star Wars reference there. Looks like I'm doing fine for now on that. So,
I'll need another camel.
I'm going to venture forth through the Rakotis. Gonna get ourselves over here to the Rakotis Library, which will allow me to visit an Egyptian monster. Sort of a hero monster, anyway. Get rid of these Jacobmen. And might find ourselves another formula. There's a number of the ones I've got in storage I don't have the necessary formula for, I don't have the required artifacts to be able to make them. And that's why I'm essentially on the hunt for more arcane formula. One of the things I have found, and it's not quite as effective, I think, due to the fact that I'm now operating under an additional expansion, that being the Ragnarok DLC, because I think the this one particular thing was originally written for Immortal Throne, the original expansion to Titan Quest. The saying is that facing off against monsters like the Greek Telkine, the Egyptian Telkine, the Chinese Telkine, certain other monsters like Typhon, you would have keeping a certain number of minimum attacks versus regular monsters like the Jackalman would yield a greater likelihood of being able to get arcane formula. And while true this is, there is a certain truth to that, it's just easier, I think it's still Staff of the Falcon. That is a rare item. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, I think I'm not going to bother with that. Mostly because I've got a more powerful stave. Even in the underground, I can summon lightning bolts. So we're going to charge through here, through the library archives. Out of the way, guys. I would very much like to be able to get to your big boss. Charge! Guys just have to be in the way. Pull out the eye shard. Get rid of them nice and quick. Shut up. Some shades right here. Now you guys are just they're wandering off. Deal with these crypt worms. No, not much in terms of that, but I'm gonna go ahead and come in here, and I forget some, yeah. And I'll get nice and close so that, and that is a rigid carapace. Alright. Let's see what loot we can pry loose. I dislike it when I do that. Tutmosis buckler. I'm finding lots of rare things here. Come on. Alright. Alright, so where to next? Let's go visit Fayoum. There is a nice little area. We've got a boss monster. We might be able to get might be able to get something from him. Just like to be able to send baddies flying like that. Yeah, there's a certain level about either 25 or 30 levels, I think it's 30, where I only managed to get limited amount of experience. You know, it slowly decreases. Oh. It's one of those weird things. I can attack that obelisk and destroy it. Scorpion King over here. Scorpios. Let's see what we got. Hopefully we might get something here. Not one, but two majestic chests. I should have done a sale. Cross your fingers. Darn it. Oh. Gonna make a quick trip to Memphis. Gonna do a nice sell-off, make some money, and we'll go to the Giza Plateau and raid some stuff there.
Well, look, a mighty warrior from foreign lands. I'm sure you will find just what you are looking for.
Yes, I did find what I'm looking for. I found you.
Always welcome.
Now back to the Giza Plateau. My tongue, being somewhat tired, is not wanting to cooperate. Alright, so gonna go to two places. We're gonna go here to the Sphinx, then we're gonna go to the Pyramid of Khufu. And in these two areas, these two dungeons, I'll be able to get some formulae. Or at least that's the hope. Now, if I can find, you know, a staff more worthy of my use, which, given the fact that I'm 3 campaigns beyond, or 2 campaigns beyond Egypt, in the middle of a 3rd campaign, in the 3rd campaign beyond Egypt, I doubt it. So we gotta come down here to this area. Not bothering me, silly shade. I'm thinking I'll probably put this up on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I thank you for coming and checking it out. Normally I use this character for playing with my dad. Hungamunga of Frost. That sounds like a sweet weapon, but I can't use it. So anyway, back to what I was saying. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for coming and checking this vid out. One of the 3 games that I'm sort of focusing on right now would be Minecraft, Cities Skyline, and this game, Titan Quest. Of the 3, Titan Quest here is the oldest in terms of by release date. Oh, check those mechanical parts. The original game was released, as I recall, back in 2007. And the game is currently available on Steam through THQ Nordic, and that is the company that is responsible for the latest DLC that was released back last November, Titan Quest Ragnarok. Basically, I'm having to go, if you know anything about Norse mythology, Ragnarok is essentially the end of the world. It's more specifically the sort of the end of the gods. And so what's basically gonna, or at least what I'm anticipating happen, is gonna have to sort of do like the original expansion pack, Titan Quest Immortal Throne, where here in this game the gods are essentially forced to abandon Earth in terms of deific patronage. And in the case of Greece, Hades did not want to join his deific brethren. Instead, he wanted to go and conquer the Earth, since he's ruler of the underworld. And so, with my dad, we went and kicked his butt. And now we've gotten some sort of word that the Norse gods are up to no good. Sort of, it's been implied that they're sort of doing the similar sort of thing where they want to take over the world for their own good, instead of letting Zeus do it. Alright, let's beat up these guys. Gotta beat the Pharaoh's honor guard here. I'll take the experience.
Not enough energy.
Alright. Oh my god! We make strike pay dirt. Alright. We still may strike pay dirt. Or in this case, pay sand. Darn it! Well, it was worth a try. Yes, we're gonna save myself some trouble and just warp back out to the Giza portal. And we'll wander on over to the Great Pyramid. Sand rays! treasure. Is it, try to avoid not picking up treasure. Especially if it's rare treasure. Will you guys shut the heck up? I'm only focusing on essentially good treasure, which would be gold, green, blue, purple, those colors. If it's white or grayed out, it's not worth it. Ornate stone door. Might get lucky, guys. And, will you shut the heck up, you silly bone scarab? We might get lucky. Might find an arcane formula or something. There's a lupine claw. And on to the middle now. Yay! First I thought those were tiger men from the China part of the campaign. I was like, oh wait, those are gentlemen, not tiger men. We had a majestic chest up. Maybe. Sometimes I just see something and I just go on autopilot. Oh, that's a trap. Yeah, knock on wood, everybody. Hell darn. Racers of Atlas. Let's see if I can find it. Racers of Atlas. Yeah. It won't do me much good. Alright, let's see. So if I don't find anything in the third one, the third passage, what I think I'm going to do is visit 2 more areas, and I think we'll go ahead and call the stream after that. Pick up the gold. Might be able to pick up something. I think I just saw artifact on the screen, I'm not sure. Saw something in the background. Oh.
You can't carry anymore.
Alright. Let's see about doing a little bit of reorganization. Well. Those guys were dealt with quickly. Go ahead and do a, let's go to Memphis. That embalmed dead's gonna be whacking us in the butt as soon as we get back. So far as I know, I haven't seen monsters use
Be my
portals. I gotta dump some of this stuff off. At least the stuff I want to keep. Yep, like I said,
Yes, go in health.
all this is essentially profit. Stored caravan, there we go.
Our chests are spacious and secure.
I'll make it look nice and neat. Take that disease plumage and sell it.
Bye!
Why, hello. Come again.
Yeah, time to face some trouble. Yep, oh, there he is. He's gonna anyway send him plot. Alright. Time to unleash some havoc. Ringing of acuity, and that's about it. Yeah, we don't need the staff trooper, that's already been taken care of. It's a side quest if I remember. Will you please? Thank you! So, I'm gonna go to 2 more deals. Gonna try to defeat the Telkeen here in Egypt. Excuse me. Quickly visit the Rebirth Fountain. I'm gonna go visit the Egyptian Telkeen. Send those fire beetles packing. And then after that, I'm going to go to just the other side of Thebes and go through the portal system that would get me through to Babylon, which is the start of the China campaign, the Far East campaign actually, I should be saying. Tomb of Ramses. I'm presuming, since it's such a large tomb, that it's the Tomb of Ramses the Great. Alright, 75,556. Yep. There are sufficient levels that I can gain just wee bits of experience off of them. The more experience I can get, the better. so close to leveling up. I knew those guys would be doing something rather naughty there. As you can see, that all that did bring in a fair chunk of experience, which is nice. My dad's, as I said, I've been playing with this particular character with my dad. My dad's been having to do a lot of IRL stuff, and so I'm trying to do work on a second character. That way, you know, I don't get too far ahead of him. Demon's Blood. Pick that up. It's always fun to see those Yuri gnomenesses flying. Alright. Mr. Toki. Present yourself for destruction. If you would also be so generous as to present an arcane formula. Much appreciated. Be careful. Those sun rays, focused sun rays, can cause quite a bit of damage. And there we go. Mystical orb. Darn it! Well, there's one more place we could potentially get an arcane formula this evening. Go to Thebes. Temple of Seti. Dump off a few things I know I can dump off.
I could store goods for you.
Get all that all nice and organized, and mechanical parts can join me. Any other sort of surplus? Nubis' Wrath can join us. Chill of Tartarus. Organize. Doesn't look like much else can come our way. So,
Bye.
let's see. Channel weapons. These guys. No, I don't. Oh, wait. I do have torso armor. Chant those guys and just get a wee bit more money out of them.
Mage armor, staffs, potions. By your leave, don't dawdle.
I'm not dawdling.
Bye.
And I'm on my way out of here. It's time to grow some eggs and get on our way up. I didn't spawn the fountain. There we go. Oh, great. You guys just head to the city, don't you? Exploring the edge of the map there, trying to get a little more explored, even though I really can't go up there. More baddies. Here's these bloomers. Put that thing up. Temple of Hatshepsut. Famous Egyptian pharaoh, if you know who she is. She ruled for her son Tutmosis III, or Tutmosis IV. Either Tutmosis III or IV, I forget. One was her, I think it was the third, was her husband, but he died prematurely before their son, the fourth, could be at the appropriate age, and she ruled as a pharaoh in her husband's stead until her son literally overthrew her in some capacity. To my knowledge, she just literally vanishes from a historical record, what record that is. You guys, please shut up. Thank you. Uh, 60,500, yay. As soon as I get through to Babylon, we're gonna go ahead and call the stream. And if anybody I know is still streaming, see if we can do a raid. If it's worth it. Another looping claw.
Need more energy.
Helm over there. Mechanical parts. I think I'm up to spec on that. I remember having to sell some, so we'll go ahead and sell it. Make double sure on that. I'm not really going to go to these side areas. Getting rid of the time, so I don't want to. Spectral matter, that will be helpful. The way it's looking is I'll most likely not get any sort of formula tonight. boy. Almost there, almost there. And here it is. Time to face off another boss monster, Sand Wraith. Like I said, it'll likely be our just our luck that we won't get a an arcane formula. Yep. I thought so. So, gonna go ahead and save. I'd like to thank all you guys for coming out this evening. It is rather late. Been going for about an hour and a half now. So now is a good time to go ahead and call it quits on this stream. So thank you all again for coming, and I hope to catch you all in the next stream. See you next